Hello and welcome back to Daily Sim Racing. We are still taking the Porsche 919 Hybrid and the Ferrari F2004 around the Circuit de la Sarthe in Monza. So join me here for the lap of the Circuit de la Sarthe. So as we head down the front straight, we see that my Ghost is actually getting ahead of me right now. And that, I added a little more downforce to the car, stiffened up the suspension a little bit. But we can see that we're already catching in the corners just by straight speed. And even if I did go a little long into that first chicane, we're making a lot of progress. So we took that curb up there and we're heading around. So I should be taking that curb there as well, but brake before the blue, but go over some of it. I actually could have used a little more on the right corner there. But then we head down into the chicane, and this is where this setup really shines. It's got a much increased 6th and 7th gear, which are just letting me gain a ridiculous amount of time down the straight in comparison to my Ghost. And then when I brake in, we can see we're almost caught up again. And then we get a decent run out, but not great. But once again, that extremely long 6th and 7th gear here is helping as we head down the back straight, basically, getting ready to go into that left-right chicane. So as we see, I'm pulling over to the right side of the track, and then I'm braking at my skinny tree that I can see just out of the corner of my eye. And here's where I made a huge mistake that would have actually probably let me catch up. And I just went too deep into the chicane, so that's something to watch out for tomorrow. So as we're coming down here, giving myself a little bit more MGUK, and riding 6th gear a long time, getting up to about 305 kilometers an hour. Then we bring all the way into here. Once again, I also made that mistake there, which should have cost me some time. So between the two major mistakes that I've made, as well as not getting a great run onto the first straight, there's a lot of time still to be found in this setup and with this car. So we're going to go down, we're going to do the same braking right after the crest. And this is where we're starting to catch up because the stiffer suspension is helping me with just a little more stability under braking. Then we also go deep here, almost. We definitely missed the apex, though. So there's another point where we can gain a lot of time. So down into the, I think, Porsche curves. That sounds right. No, it doesn't. Whatever these curves are. Keeping it in 4th gear is kind of the most vital thing. And then you can push up to 5th to go over that curb. But it's back down to 4th for this last part coming through. Because if I found that if I take it into 5th, I end up extending the track limits just a little too far on that right curb and getting my lap time deleted. So I don't want to be doing that, so I'm keeping it through in 4th through there, and then I'm braking later into this, as well as riding more of the curb on the chicanes. But coming up here, I'm also going to almost spin coming out of that, and that's going to let my Ghost gain a little more time on me. So I probably have another 2 seconds in that lap. But now onto the Ferrari, also with a new setup. We can already see that we're ahead of the old one. We're still braking at about 100 meters, which really means just locking up the tires significantly. But since we don't have tire wear on, that's not too terribly much of a worry. But as you can see in our rear view mirror, our Ghost is really far behind. This is a extremely good setup that I think I can get a lot of time out of. I think there's easy another 10-15 seconds in this one. And then yeah, you just got to be careful coming through the Lismos. The car wants to come unseated if you go over the curb too much. So you got to be careful with that just because of the traction being a little lower. But we're coming down our ghost is actually back in front of us because of those Lismos, but then we just absolutely crush it through this last part where I just leave my ghost in the dust. And that's kind of just a testament to the fact that I can be significantly faster in this setup than I was even for this lap. So as we come across the line, or come through Parabolica and across the line, I set myself a new record. With that, we conclude both of our laps for daily sim racing. It's a great time. I'm really enjoying this. I'm growing a huge amount. I'm getting faster, more consistent. But thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe. Leave any comments down below. Thank you, and I will see ya.